T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hello. Welcome back to Honey Badger 3D Print and Paint, guys. Today, we are talking about the 3DTalk. This is a Tek100. It is the new printer. It's the new resin printer that 3DTalk are doing. We're joined by the fanatical Fenton and the glorious Mike as well from Honey Badger. So, what is this machine? So first of all, let's say hello to everybody. Hi, XTB. Hi, Matt. Hi, Louise. Hi, Andrew. Hello, everybody. So what is this machine, right? So this is a 6-inch monochrome 2K resin printer. You'll know on the channel we did the Proxima 6-inch from Vauxhall Labs. This is a very comparable machine at a very comparable price. It's a Qi 2 box mainboard. And then bear with me 1 second whilst I pull up some of the deets. Don't like the fact I said deets. So exposure time is 2 to 3 seconds per layer, depending on the material you're using. Build volume is 128 by 81 by 150. It's a 6-inch 2K monochrome. Screen's meant to last up to 2,000 hours. Goes down to, I think it goes down to the pretty standard. Yeah, Z-axis resolution is 0.03. So yeah, you can't really, weirdly, you can't actually buy this at the moment. So yeah. 3DTalk are in the process of looking for distributors, but for, hi Tim, so for some context, this is about.
If you like it, you can't have it.
Yeah, if you like it, tough. So these guys, they tend to supply it mainly to sort of like, schools and businesses and things like that. And for context, the price is about $260 US, which is about £190, which is about bang on for this sort of size of machine. I was a little bit worried about the price. The FAM 260, which is basically an Ender 3 with NGN 15 rails on it, was like 450, wasn't it? I say 500, which is a lot for that machine of that size. But this is at least reasonably priced. So, without further ado, let's get into this. It's a fairly big box, but it only weighs about 7 kilos. So the shipping on this probably wasn't actually that savage, but I think it's been packed fairly well.
Yeah, these ones need to, don't they? They're quite small.
Yeah, I mean,
well, it's the case. It's the lid that goes over it that's just asking to be cracked.
Yeah.
What's that?
The lid that goes over the top of them. They're just asking to be cracked in shipping.
Yeah. So let's get this
and with James's lot, the chance of his screen being broke is quite high.
Yeah, very high. He'll just drop the lid anyway and smash it.
Yeah.
Who knows? We could be lucky. Jesus, that's some thick packing foam. Look at that. Oh, okay. This is going to get on the floor. Right.
You cut it off, Louise.
Where's the label telling you not to open it with a knife? There isn't one. Ah. Look at this. It's like nice. A little cake.
I like that screen. I like the screen cover, the colour.
Look at that.
It's your wedding cake, isn't
like
it?
Like an egg.
Oh, build plates in here. Hold on. So it's got a very similar leveling mechanism to. So hold on. Let's pull up that. So you can see that all you do is you undo the 2 screws on the side, and then that's how you level it. Super easy. And it's one of those ones where You level it once and you never have to level it again. Interestingly, I have been given an AC adapter that is American. So you can see that it's that 24 volt 2 amp. I got down here 24 volt 6 amp. Do you reckon we can just use that?
Only one way to find out.
The ampage, so it doesn't sound like a great idea. What do we reckon?
Well, if we don't, it's a really short stream.
Oh, it's a no, can't do it anyway because this output's 24 volt and this one's 12. It's all right. I think I've got an adapter in my. Oh, it's a little toolkit. Oh, okay. That's a brief toolkit. So just in the bottom of the box, hold on. In the bottom of the box it says toolkit. Oh, what could be in the toolkit? Oh, it's just a single spatula. That'll be the toolkit.
What else do you need?
It's not wrong.
It's not wrong, admittedly. Can't argue with it. It's just one. Right, bear me 1 second. Just let me see if I can find a in my special.
So everyone in chat, what's everyone printing at the moment? Matt, are you still doing Halloween lithofames?
Well, this might be an unsettlingly short stream at this rate. All right, okay, let's get the rest of it unboxed.
You can tell we never unbox any of this stuff beforehand. We do it live.
Yeah, because that's the sort of thing that a person should probably check.
What's the photon one?
The photon one? You mean the Vauxhall Lab one?
Vauxhall Lab or the photon? Because you've got a photon out there somewhere, haven't you?
No.
What about the T200?
Yeah, all right.
You might still have the power supply.
Right, I have sent for the cavalry, so we'll see whether or not that message actually. Oh, look, a teeny little tiny spatula. It wasn't in the toolkit, no. So, oh, that's quite a nice. Oh, it's engraved. Oh, not in a way that you can see. There we go. 3DTalk. Look at that. What it doesn't say, which would be helpful, is how big the USB drive is. But it does say 3DTalk on it, so that's nice.
You've got a little
Allen keys.
key ring on it, haven't you?
1 second.
Key ring on there, it's nice.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Wife to the rescue. So that's that. So that's UK there, and then that's US on this side. Nice. Okay.
I'm surprised I haven't even bothered to read your text.
Okay. So, quite a hefty. Oh.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, I like that.
So, quite a hefty vat. Quite a hefty vat. I mean, pre-installed FEP and everything. Done a good job of sealing this. Put that back in. Quite like that. It's fancy.
Quite functional, isn't it? Those bolt downs.
Yeah. So what I like about this, right? So obviously it's got one of the lids that goes on, just like that. It looks like a big egg.
But you can see in it.
But yeah, you can see in it. So you take that off, you have full access to the whole machine, and then just unscrew these and they come off at the side Yep. Nice. But that's a good vat as well. The vat feels nice and secure. Once this is down, nothing's moving about. I mean, other than the printer, obviously. I've not got rubber feet on the bottom. No. Brilliant. So don't put this on a slidey surface. I will say as well that this is also very short. So where are the screws and ball bearings for you to drop? No, not with this. Well, probably actually, but we'll find out. So pop that
There's
in
still
there.
time for you to drop and pierce the FEP.
Yeah. So interesting. USB ports at the back. So you
And a
have to
short wire.
always go around the back of the machine to plug it in. Bit of a strange place to put it.
A lot of them are doing that now, aren't they, though?
Can't get knocked, can it, if it's sticking out the front or the side?
Yeah, but that one can angle, can't it? So you could have it at 90 degrees, couldn't you? Plugged in and flip it down.
Well, the good news is it looks like the power supply is auto switching, because if it was, oh, hold on. There we go. So I don't know if you guys can see that. Quite a nice little screen. Definitely a Qi 2 box board. So what we will do.
Looks quite a big vat in there, doesn't it, to get all your resin in as well? So
Yeah, I mean, it's a big vat, but like, so if you put that in there, it's a huge vat, but actually, like the plate, get a USB extension cable? Yeah, you could do. So if you
It
take
just
this
means
off,
you haven't got a real field of vat because the vat's bigger than the
yeah.
plate.
So I mean, so the screen is only this big, and when you put this on like that, the screen actually only covers sort of this interior area here. There's a good sort of a finger's width top and bottom, and a thumb's width either side of not screen. Better off putting handles inserts in frame instead of rounding all the corners. Oh, yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, there's not really a way to, other than the fact that it's basically an egg, there's not really a way to like pick it up. Yeah, you're not wrong there, Kieran. So let's just see if we can do a quick exposure test. So you can see that's the edge of the screen, but you can see just how much extra vat there is around
It just
the
means you
sides.
haven't got to overfill the vat for a big print.
Very true. Although what I will say as well is there isn't a fill line on this. So
what's that on the back of the vat? It looks like there's some lines on the back.
Well, so the vat is ribbed for her pleasure. So
yeah, but them ribs might actually mean something if you read the instructions.
Might do.
When does James read instructions?
Hey, Stephen. Hi, Kieran. So, what I will say is absolutely no instructions. So we'll have a look on the. We'll have a look at. There's like a little certificate of inspection thing to say that this was inspected by a person, whatever that's worth. Let's take a look on the USB, and let's just also manually move this up, because we've also got a little bit of that on there, little bit of seepage. Right, so before we do anything else, let's undo these.
Might as well take the vat out, because you're going to take that out to level it anyway.
Yeah. Cool. Must go that way round. So there's like a little ridge on the front. I don't know if you can see, so that you know which way round the top goes. Take this vat out. I like those thumb screws. They're smart. They are. I like them. Right. This goes like that. Hi, 1977. So there we go. So that's nice and loose. That's card, not paper. So I'm going to use the invoice. Right. Oh, just for declaration purposes, so that it's on the record. We don't get paid to do these reviews, but 3DTalk did send us the machine. If it's awful, I will happily tell you. Right, so home. So first things first, now we tighten this down. So we make sure that that's nice and level. And there we go. Oh. So, and then knock that over. So then we want to go right, and then we want to go set Z to 0, confirm. Cool.
100% sounds like a droid.
So I just want to be clear. Good to see you got the quiet model. So, like, I really thought that in this day and age, I thought we were past using A series drivers on our machines. I thought we were past that point. That we were in the realms of TMC drivers on near enough everything. Enter resin printers, where for the sake of 30 to 50p a unit, they refuse to put a TMC driver on their machines. I don't know why. Because that is an objectively annoying noise. All right, anyway, that goes on. They go up.
With the lid being on, will it be a little bit quieter, do you think?
I mean, a bit, but the thing is the noise isn't really coming from the top, is it? The noise is, so like, listen.
No.
The noise is coming from the stepper motor, which is inside the base of the unit, so it's already enclosed. So, like, you know, so it does say this has got an air filtration system, but it looks like what that means is there's a carbon activated bit of foam that's over a little fan that vents out of here, but that can only vent into the body. That can only pull stuff into the body. So I don't really know if that counts as filtration, but right, we are going to use some of this Anycubic clear resin. And we'll pop some of that in the vat. And to be honest, I'm inclined to just use exactly the same print settings that we originally had on the... so just an FYI, there is actually a pour spout on here as well. So when you want to pour stuff back in, you can. Pop that on there. What I will say is something that is a little disappointing is there's no teeny tiny gloves in this one. So as we've said before, health and safety, it does matter when it comes to resin, right? Like you do need to be a bit more careful with resin than you do with regular FDM machines.
And the gloves that came with a Vox lab that gave you like crab claws, they were brilliant.
Yeah, I mean they were for I don't even know whose hands are that small, if I'm honest with you. Like it wasn't great, but they were at least there. All right, okay. So the instruction manual is on the drive rather than printing it, which is fine. Taking a look to see if I've missed anything. I don't think I have. Yeah, fine. Yeah. Yeah, the instructions are pretty clear. Good graphics and everything. Set all your languages and stuff. Yeah, it looks pretty good. They've got Chi2 Box version 1.9 on here. It's worthwhile noting that they don't have, or what they won't have is they won't have Chi2 Box Pro. I don't have Chi2 Box Pro either. There's a little README PDF in there as well, which says, oh, apparently you can import the config file. Okay, all right, well, we'll do that then. Let's open up Chi2 Box and we'll use their settings. Chi2 Box version 1.9. Where are we? So, settings.
By Kieran's here. Kieran, have you printed any more of those the new clock spring files he released this week?
New what?
Clock Spring released 3 new files this week.
Right.
So Kieran's usually one of the first to get printing on them. Enjoys them.
So interestingly, it doesn't look like, I'm not really clear about what is changed in the settings, if anything. Export all profiles. I mean, the settings all literally look the same. 82 one thing. Right. Okay. Fine. All right. We're going to print with the same settings that we had for the Proxima. I don't see any material reason why they should be different. We're going to stick on the same sort of resin test file that we did on the first time round. This is the resin XP2 validation. Slice that. I guess we're going to have to guess about what do we need to save it as? It needs to be saved as it's got to be a CDPP or something, hasn't it? Oh, okay, maybe not. That saves as an FDG file. So let's find out if that works. It's got to be the same board that's in it, hasn't it? Really? Let's find out. Also, I realise now I don't know where I saved it. So,
Kieran, you the one who did the rainbow one on his Discord. Oh, Matt's still awake.
Matt's still away?
Oh, wait. Louise just said she thinks he's fallen asleep. He's not said anything for a while.
Right, okay. Try that again then. Print. All right, well, it's on there. So I'm guessing that unknown file format. Well, that's useful, isn't it? So now we have to, so obviously I do have to set up a new profile because otherwise that's going to be wrong. Import profile. That one there. No. What's the machine? So the Mars must have it, mustn't it? The Mars must be a 2K.
Yeah.
82, one thing. Yeah, that looks the same to me. Print times. Bottom layer
While
count.
James is doing this, am I right to show you some of my prints I've done this week, James?
Absolutely. 1 second.
That.
There you go.
2, but not 3.
Well, yeah. So, as I said, Kieran said, this was released by Clock Spring this week. It is a flurry vase, and it is It's pretty impressive.
What filament's that?
So this is Eono, and it's a matte blue light.
It's nice.
It's really nice. And I've done this. So this is a Bogman 140 on Prusa Slicer, these files. So that's his Halloween one. And I did this as well in the matte. It came out really nice.
Matte filament.
First time used.
Well.
Yeah, it's first time using it. And I did have a clog.
It removes all layer lines, matte filament, I've found.
Yeah, and my kids wanted a candle for Halloween. So my base has just finished in a Galaxy Red E1 PLA. Come out really nice. That was on the Focus. The actual candle itself, which again is by Bogman. Look at that.
That's cool.
So that's in. I did it in a marble. So
is that from his Patreon? Sorry, or is that from like
No. If you just go on, Prusa Slicer, well, Prusa, whatever they call it, where their models are.
Okay. It's actually on the Prusa store, is it?
Yeah, and they're all free. They're all free. He had a file shown yesterday by 3D Nerds.
Yeah.
So he did the busts for him, and he did this. It's called Beautiful Ugly.
That's cool.
It's my youngest gave one to his teacher, and he did a presentation in school on Friday all about 3D printing. And
that's cool.
I'm just so super proud of him because obviously he struggles with his speech a little bit. And then we got this one, another Bogman one.
He is Northern, so I think that's fair.
Yeah. So that's another one he's done. I did have another one, but the kids have lost it. But
your autofocus is savage, Carl.
So this is by, I can't think of a name now, Random X or something like that. I'll post, but that's with a Eon rainbow. Look at the colors.
That's really cool. So this is interesting because have you got the one that was smaller?
Yep. So that's the actual original size when you download the file. So that's stock. And there is a slight color change, but it's really hard to see on camera, but it came out really nice as well, to be honest. That is 200%.
Yeah. So this is an issue a lot of people have. This is an issue a lot of people have with rainbow filaments. If all you do is small models, you don't really benefit from the color transitions. But when you go up big, the color transitions are really pronounced. A bit like so I think Jerry's doing a giant like Harry Potter thing at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, he's doing
like 4 or 5 days or something, and his color change is really prominent as it goes up.
Yeah, so I printed it like that. You can probably see.
Yeah.
But as I was saying before we came live, I'm contemplating printing one like that in a metallic rainbow because it's just so clean.
Yeah.
So my wife is giving this to one of her friends that loves skulls. So what
was that printed on? Sorry, was that on the Focus? Was it?
That was done on the Focus, and it took 26 hours at 15 millimeters a second.
That's not bad.
And considering I had quite a bit of support on it, obviously to angle it like that, it's really nice. And
Matt German has a question for me whilst we're waiting for the print to finish. I already don't like where this is going, Matthew, but go for it. Bear in mind that if you say something offensive, it could get our channel struck. So.
And this is another Bogman one. He sent me a link on Twitter, and I think this was from last year, but it's really nice as well.
That's cool. So does that print? Is it flat on the bottom then, or is there still support?
Prints like that, yeah. I put some little supports under. And as I was saying before we come on, my Ender 7 is an absolute dream for Pet G. It really is. It's printed everything that's in orange Pet G. That's Eono or Sunlu Pet G. It's just so clean, and it's doing Hi Henry, and it's doing it 80 millimeters a second. So I'm printing Pet G at 40 on the other ones.
So Matt has just asked me if I'll be the best man at his wedding.
He's clutching at straws, isn't he?
I feel like I might be 3rd or 4th on the list. Absolutely, Matthew. I'd be more than happy to do that.
Just before you say that, Matt, I know that James has been a best man before, and I know what happened
Right
when
now,
he's a best man. So, before you really clarify that question, I would ask you, rethink it.
I was banned from that wedding.
He was banned from the wedding, and as far as I know, he doesn't even talk to the person anymore.
No, don't talk to him anymore. No, I was uninvited. Yeah.
And not only that, he was uninvited by the person's parents.
You're the first man he's asked. Matthew, I would be delighted to be your best man. Thank you very much for the honour, and I would be more than happy to do that.
I was a best man at my friend's wedding, and we went out on his stag night, and we were actually banned from the venue where we were having his do due to antics.
Right.
So it took us about 3 weeks to grovel to let us back in.
Oh yeah, there was no grovelling to get back in that wedding. I was banned. There was no way I was getting back in that.
Danger.
Yeah, his dad even called me up a week after a week. It was all because of the stag do, and his dad even called me up a week later and said, just so you know, he was serious. You're not coming. He was really upset. He was very, very angry. He was bruised as well. I'll be fair.
Yeah.
Like,
he'd
had the bells knocked out of him. That was such a bad day for him. That was the best present I've ever got myself.
Yeah.
Best present I've ever got myself. That.
Yeah.
Well, you can't
Might
go
be
back
the
from your.
happiest I've ever been, including my own wedding.
Well, Matt's got evidence now that you've agreed to be his best man, so there's no
He
going
has
back
indeed.
now.
This goes straight on YouTube, and all it's there for all to see.
And he was forewarned as well.
And he was given the choice. Yeah, he was given the option to say, "Not for me."
Like, joke. Could have done that, Matt.
The way Louise has put that, you are the first man he's asked. Has he asked a woman?
Very possible. Very possible.
Or a non-binary?
I could be the first knob he's asked.
First knobby male.
So we're just doing the test print. This shouldn't take that long, actually. It's only a 7-minute print. So
well, while we've got Henry in here, did everyone see Henry's post a couple of weeks ago? Is Samurai in the Harlots Creality forums?
No.
Oh, it was stunning.
I missed that.
Henry, post the link for it. His prints on his Harlot Sky, or is it Sky?
On the Harlot, yeah.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. It took him.
What was it on the Creality group, was it?
Yeah, there's the resin printer one, you know, the Harlot Sky and group or whatever. So I'll have a look, see if I can find it quickly, but I'm sure Henry's probably got the link for it.
I don't think you can post a link on the comments.
No, you can't. But if I can find it, then I can. I should be able to. Oh, you did Tenjin. Oh yeah, that is good.
Have you found it?
I have indeed. Bear me 1 second, and I will open it up.
It's stunning. Oh, Henry's driving at the moment. Yeah, don't show us now, Henry.
Yeah, that'd be a terrible way. I'm not encouraging that on the live stream. 1 second. Right. So.
Is it the original Tenjin or the new one?
No, it's the. I think it's the original. We've got to add it to the stream. No, there we go. Look at that.
Yeah.
That is some quality there.
It's gorgeous.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah.
So
the only difference is my Tenjin is big enough to stamp all over him. In a fight.
I seen it originally when he posted it with none of the, you know, like the crystals and swords and all that. Yeah. And it was just stunning before he did all that. And it's amazing what you can do with resin printers, though.
It really is. And the thing is anybody who says, "Oh, I can get the same quality out of my FDM printer,"
you can't. Full stop.
I don't think you can, because even if you get down to the same layer height, I think that resin is of a higher quality.
They're the same people who say I can get the same quality out of my Ender 3 than you can out of a before.
Yeah, that's not true.
They're the same people who make the same comments.
Yeah.
But what I would say about the Tenjin, even right, so it's not stated as resin or FDM or anything like that. It's just a model. That model is designed to be resin printed.
Yeah, 100%.
Like
100%.
I had multiple problems when I did mine FDM. Because most of the pieces on it have no flat surfaces. And it was really the armor. It was all the armor that was a problem. None of that has any flat surfaces, which obviously makes printing at FDM difficult. That model is designed. Them models are designed for resin.
Yeah, I would have said so.
Yeah, Henry's got that dialed in properly nice.
Right.
How did that do?
Well, it finished it, printed it. Just stuck it in my little ultrasonic cleaner.
As we've said before, Henry, pretty much all the stuff we do is too big for resin.
Well, say that. It's too big for the resin printers we've got.
Yeah.
Right, I'm not going to lie. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. I mean, first of all, it's printed perfectly. I will say that. But I don't know whether or not you're going to actually be able to see. There we go.
Yeah,
right.
you can.
So, I mean, it's very clear.
Yeah.
It's nice, that.
But all the holes came out. So this was actually printing with the... put that back on there. This was actually printing with the Mars 2 Pro profile. So it exports in a CTB format, I think. Is that what it prints out at? Actually took 9 minutes in the end, and it estimated 7.5. But hold on, because it prints it, so it exports and CTB format. So it reads it reads the same as a Mars Pro 2 does, and it's basically the same build volume. I mean, there's a couple of millimeters on each side that I think the Mars 2 Pro has that this doesn't, but I can just change that nice and easily. But the settings are the same, and I mean, fair play, it works. That's exactly what it says on the tin. Would have been nice if it had come with a UK plug, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on, let's move that back. You can actually.
But I suppose they've got no one to distribute this yet, so it's not
very true. Yeah. So,
classified.
Yeah, I think what's a little weird.
That was terrible.
Who was that? Is that me? That's weird. Okay. Anyway, so with this one, I mean, I've just put a travel plug on it, but there must be a power supply inside because it's got a switching power supply on it, so an automatically switching one, so you don't have to worry about this taking 110 versus a 240 because this does both. But yeah, does what it says on the tin, really. I mean, what else can you really say about it?
It was a quick setup.
It was a very quick setup. I mean, that
wasn't too loud. It wasn't overly loud, was it? I could hear it.
I couldn't hear it, to be honest.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Like, but to be fair, the Proxima is exactly the same. Like, it's not quiet. And the problem once you get to larger machines than these is some of those are quiet on the Z-axis, but their heat sinks are so large and require so many fans to actually cool them properly. Like the Anycubic, not the Anycubic, the Mega 8K that Frozone do, that's loud when it's on because the fans that are needed to cool the heat sink that uses the UV array uses are like they're loud. What's that pop? Is that me?
Who's crackling? I don't know.
I think it might be me. Hold on. Because if I mute myself.
No, it's still going.
Oh, sorry. You might get a noise there.
Don't know. Let me mute
I
mine.
think it's me, but I think it's the other. I think
it
it's
was-
the other mic pack. 1 second.
Agreed, Colin. Yeah, kids do make more noise.
Right, there we go. Does it stop now?
Still,
Yeah, is that better?
Yeah, I can't hear it.
it's got.
Oh,
I've
no,
just been looking at that. Is it me?
I don't think so. Hold on. Let's try muting mic.
No, it's on.
Has it gone?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Mike. I see.
It's muted. It's great.
Mute works well. You're unmuted now, Mike.
I could still hear it while you have been muted.
I can't hear it.
Yeah, it went a couple of times.
I've just link you sent me the Impala.
I think it's Carl.
You think it's Carl? So,
I don't
okay,
mind being
so
wrong.
Mike has got a new... No, it's Carl. Brilliant. Everyone thinks it's Carl, even though there's no evidence of that. Just immediately blame Carl. So, Mike has been doing the Chevrolet Impala from Gambody. So, Mike, do you want to show people very quickly what you've done so far? And I will bring up...
Before I start showing you the parts, there's a lot of parts to this. There's 241 parts, I think. A lot of them are very small because the gearbox actually works. It's got cogs in it that move. The steering works, and they've gone completely overboard on this model. That being said, I've been printing it for 2 weeks, and so far I've done 17 parts. So it's not quick. I'm hoping that once I've done all these big body parts, I'm going to fly through the rest of it. Maybe.
So you're going to have to resin print some of it, aren't you?
Yeah, some of the parts are going to have to be resin printed because they're so small, some of these parts, that don't care what you do, you're not going to get the detail FDM. Like you're talking tiny little door handles, rear view mirrors, windscreen wipers, and just
the wheels move and the hood opens. The engine is highly detailed. You have to build half a gearbox when you're putting it together.
And right, so this is how stupid it gets, right? So you've got your gearbox on your axle. You insert the 2 cogs in order to get drive. Okay, fair enough. You've got the gearbox cover. Now, you don't glue that on. That would be too simple. What you have to do is print out 6 tiny little bolts that go through and hold it in place. Then bolts look like they're about 3 millimeters long. Like, I don't understand.
Properly unnecessary.
Yeah, 100% unnecessary. Print the cap with the nuts on and just stick it on. There you go. Much easier. Because at no point are you going to do a gearbox change on it.
So this is the Chevy. It's gorgeous. And it's not small. So it's 670 mil long, 250 mil wide, 180 mil tall. These are some of the parts. This is how detailed it is. Like, look at that. So that's mad. Straight out the back, straight out the gate.
So much of it is so unnecessary.
It is, yeah. I say, look, windscreen wipers. I don't even know what parts 140 and 142 do.
There's no way
you're going to actually. Do you know what I
put
think
your
they
water
are?
on the windscreen.
Do you know what them 2 parts are? Do you know what them 2 parts are? When you mount the door, the front door, it's got a bracket that slides into the bodywork, into the front wing. You drop a piece of filament down, that it locks it into place. and then that is a tiny little cap that just goes in the hole. It's literally 2 millimeters wide and about 3 millimeters deep. I don't know how you think you're going to print that on FDM.
That's just
That
to go do one, isn't it? That's not.
Yeah.
That's just a.
Yeah, it's when I put it on the build plate, I couldn't find it. I zoomed in. I was like, "What?" I zoomed in, and then there was this tiny little thing. I was like, "Well, okay, that's unnecessary."
So I mean, it's insane with this, right? So the rear wheel tire can be printed with flexible material. You have a hubcap, and there's a brake disc drum on the inside.
Inside that you can't see. You can't see it, and it's highly detailed as well.
Yeah, and as well, there's a tiny spring that you print to go inside of the suspension.
Yeah, so that you actually get bounce.
Simultaneous movement of the rear wheel rotates the crankshaft.
I've printed them springs before on the war rig, and they are not fun to print.
The thing is, it's like if you buy a file, and the detail outside is immaculate, and then the fact that he's gone to that much detail for things that aren't even going to be seen, he can sleep at night, can't he?
I know what I'm going to do this time. So when you print them springs, they have to print with supports. There's no way of getting the supports out without exploding the spring.
Well, so surely you have to print those in resin then? No?
What I'm thinking of doing is
what's ridiculous
filament, beating it up and wrapping it around something, doing it that way.
Right, yeah. I mean, it's interesting because it does say that it's FDM 1/8 scale. So it does say that it is ready for FDM printing, which is insane because you'd have to be an absolute maniac to try and print most of that in FDM.
It is, but like some of the very small stuff, like the door handles, the windscreen wipers, it's not just a windscreen wiper, it's an accurate windscreen wiper, and it's so thin you're not going to get the detail FDM.
So he's got an actual speedo on the dash. The guy's a sociopath.
Yeah, 100%.
What? There's no two ways about it. That's a person who's lost his mind.
Yeah, he's lost something. Yeah,
it's just like
I thought the war rig was detailed. And then I looked at it and I was like, no, it's not.
I wonder if it's the same person who's done them. No, it's not. Oh, we did do the... so I'm just having a look at his profile thing. So he's done the Mammoth tank from... well, I don't even know what they're from necessarily. I think they're just tanks that he's done. But he has done the Delorean kits.
Oh, right, yeah.
So there's a couple of... so the way that the Delorean kit is laid out is there's 3 kits for the DeLorean. There's the first one, which is the actual car. There's then the second kit, which has got a bunch of engine parts and active suspension and a few other bits and pieces. And then there's the third one, which makes that whole thing, which puts the wheels down flat, does a whole interior, and puts it on like a stand that lets it lean over to fly. So it's like, so he's doing something similar to. Do you remember the Millennium Falcon files that he did?
Yeah.
Sorry, he didn't do them, but Gambody did them.
Yeah, they're the same.
You bought them in stages.
Yeah.
He's done
you
it
bought
like that.
Ship first of all, then you bought all the different types of interiors and extra bits that went on the outside and stuff like that.
For those who are interested, if you want quality files, there's a few people that we go to on the regular that we recommend. So Gambody's files are fantastic. And
they're
the
my
amount
favourite, personally.
Is brilliant.
Yeah.
So do you remember I bought an ATST, like one of the big walkers from Star Wars. Yeah. And that file has been up there for that file's been up there now for 3 years, I think. Yeah. 3 years it's been up there for. And in that time, it's received 4 major updates to the point as to which the model that's up there now does not resemble in any way the model that you originally purchased. It's so much more detailed and articulated, and it moves and everything else. And all of those updates are free for anybody who's bought them.
That's customer service, though, isn't it?
It's like they are doing a pucker job.
A lot of our good prints, Gambody. So Treebeard,
Sauron.
Sauron.
So this one.
Pirates of the Caribbean, Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
Warwick.
This one's Gambody. This TIE fighter thing. What else? Oh God, there's loads.
I've just seen that. I just
Both
had a look at the Water Hog that you've just seen. That's off Halo, the games on the Xbox, the franchise.
Right. Yeah.
And that is as close as you could probably get to it. It's stunning.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what else I've got. What else I've got that's behind there that I think they did? The Terran Battle Cruiser was Gambody.
Yeah, one of my favourite ones is the Jack Sparrow I did. It's one of my favourite models they've done.
That was nice.
But anyway, wait till he gets back and make the screen big, and I'll show you some of these parts that have come off so far. So I'm printing this all on one printer. Reason being is they sent this. We're doing this as a review for Rep Filament. They sent us 2 rolls of filament, a 1 kilo roll and a 3 kilo roll. So unfortunately, most of it has got to be done on one printer.
So we did the X-wing. We scaled it up, but these wings actually, if we hadn't scaled it, the wings actually part and go and open up. We had to fix them in place because we scaled it up too much, and now they don't. And now they close under their own weight. But all this landing gear moves, this opens and everything, like it's mad. Again, the detail that they put into the models, the modelers that are on there are top notch.
So I definitely want to make my screen big, and I'll show you some of these parts.
Yeah, hold on. There you go.
So these parts have all been done on the on my longer LK4. So let me like they have come out lovely, and even on the underside, all the underside and a boot lid is detailed. No reason for that, but it is. So this has just come off a couple of hours ago, which is one of the roof pieces. And this filament, I do really like this filament. Like, it's coming out perfect, crazy perfect. So some of the pieces as well are a lot bigger, like the wings. And some of them, the way they print, you think to yourself, I'm not too sure what this is going to work. So underneath this wing, you'll see there, it's just a thin ridge that's a little bit higher. That prints like that on that thin ridge. Stands up like that. And as you can see,
yeah,
that's come out lovely. And there's
it's paid, but their files are fantastic.
It's fair amount.
Yeah, Henry.
I want just that one piece.
So I'm not going to lie, Henry. We get a lot of our files from Gambody, and they always come out great. You know, as
only once we've ever had a problem with a Gambody file, which was Jack Sparrow.
Part
of his dreadlocks, which prints separately from the part of his dreadlocks print as one part of the head, and the other part print as part of the torso, and they meet up. Well, when I printed them out, there was a gap in between the hairline. You could see through it. And I contacted Gambody and said to him, like, I found this, I printed it out. I also looked on the Gambody always give someone's already painted it, and they put the pictures on that model so you can see what it looks like painted. And when I looked on that, his one was the same. He had a gap there. So I contacted Gambody. It was literally about 4 days later they messaged me and said, we've repaired it, we've fixed that model, it's now correct.
Yeah. They are very quick, they're very responsive. I mean, to be fair, they're not particularly cheap. Right.
They're not, no.
But when you say not cheap, that Impala is $35.
Yeah. Which really isn't that much. Pay file in most cases is the way to go for a quality file. Yeah, I agree with that, Henry.
One-off models ain't too bad. The only one I was sort of weren't happy about was the tree beard I did. So I bought the tree beard. Fine. That was like $30 or something. Let's say $30. And then obviously I wanted to print the 2 Hobbits that sit in it. Well, they were $20 each.
Yeah.
And I feel
it was
like
the same with it was the same with the tanker, wasn't it? The tanker was so with the war rig, sorry, you bought the cab, then you bought the tanker,
and then once I finished it, like a week later, the fuel pod come out and I had to buy that and print that.
And I think total that worked out to about $70 overall, which again, it's a hugely detailed model. It's, they're really quality files. The suspension works. Like, it's brilliant. But there is a reality that $70 to pay for one file, it's a lot. It's contextually a lot to pay for that type of
well,
for a file.
So like the Chevy's like $35. Okay. But it's not like it's $35 and you're done with it in a day. I've been printing 2 weeks and I've printed 17 parts.
Mm. See, there's another part we're doing for that as well. So we have teamed up with Replicoat, who make like a resin finish. So you mix it all up and then you paint it on, and it's supposed to give you like a glass-like finish. So,
and this has got to be smooth because of the paint.
It's got to be smooth. Yeah.
Black shows up every single imperfection.
Yeah. The plan at the moment is that we are going to do that, and we're going to try our hardest to make the chrome look like proper chrome, not just silver, but proper chrome. And as anybody will tell you who's managed to actually get chrome to work, 90% of the effort you've got to put into chrome is in getting is in surface prep. That surface has to be smooth, no imperfections. And if you can get it perfectly smooth, then you can get a really good chrome finish. But otherwise, you're just making a rod for your own back. But yeah, the Replicoat stuff. So the chap who did Replicoat is the guy. I'm sure most people will have seen him. He did the big Hulk for the TCT show.
Yeah,
and
he like 7-foot Hulk or whatever it is.
Yeah, it was like a big 7-foot tall Hulk or something like that. And he put it on that, and he does some really big like props and things like that. And yeah, he sent us some samples. So we're going to have a go. I'll say this: it ain't cheap stuff, but if you are trying to produce professional results,
especially with something like a car,
yeah,
because a paint job on a car that's got layer lines on it, that doesn't matter what paint you use, it's not going to look great.
$20 to $40.
I was looking at the the Star Destroyer on Gambody.
Yeah.
$80, and it's huge.
It is huge.
It's 60 by 90 by 30. That's big.
Yeah. Yeah, it is massive. And if I remember rightly, it's routed on the inside. So you print it in like an absurd number of sections, and you print it in a top and a bottom half. And if I remember rightly, the Star Destroyer is actually, there's like routings through it to run LED lights. There's like tunnels for all the wiring and everything.
Yeah.
And that's something else Gambody does better than anybody else. If you want to light something, Gambody properly runs and leaves you the channels to run all your wiring.
They've got the FDM file on there and the SLA as well.
Yeah, they also, for some of their machines, for some of their models, they do SLS.
Yeah, so you get the free files. You get SLS, FDM, and
yeah, and that's the other thing I like. Yeah, that's the other thing I like. When you buy the file, you get all of them. So you don't just get the FDM file, and then if you decide you want to print the SLA file or the SLS file, you have to do that. They're resized differently, and they print in the right orientations.
When you buy them, it comes into your folder, and then you pick what one you want to download. So you think, I want to print it FDM, you download the FDM one. If you later decide I want to print it in resin, you just go back onto your page, download the resin.
Yeah. No, it is really good. As I say, they are really fair for the price that they charge. It all comes down really to how much you're buying. So, like, if you're buying, I don't know, if you're buying a ridiculous amount of stuff, like if you're buying 20 models a month or whatever, then obviously it's really, really expensive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you want to make your screen bigger, because we've got a competition, haven't we?
We have indeed.
Hello, Zachary.
Hi, Zachary from 3D Prints. So, the channel has been doing really well. Now, that's down to you guys more than it is to us. You have been, yeah,
because we're pretty terrible most of the time.
I definitely have. Like, it's got nothing to do with my abilities. I can guarantee that. But you guys have been sharing the videos. You've been liking. You've been subscribing. It's made a huge difference. We've just hit 3,550 subs, which
Congrats.
is mad. We've only really been doing this properly for the last sort of year, maybe a little bit more. We have no life, honey. Yeah, that's very true, Kieran. I definitely don't. This is all I do. It's this, or this is. I have a regular job, which is very.
I'll have you know, I went out last night. Might have been the first time in 18 months, but I went out.
Very true. Yeah. So we want, but as a way to say thank you to you guys, we're going to run a competition, and we're going to give away a Focus Odin 5. Very nice 3D printer that has started to be sold in the UK now.
This competition is actually worldwide because it's been shipped.
It is worldwide because now Focus ships worldwide.
So it's open to everyone.
It is indeed. So we'll put some we'll put some comments in, as long as the police didn't bring. Well, they never bring him back. That's the problem. So we'll put a link in the video description once we've got the competition entry stuff, and then we'll post it about all the social media and things so that everybody can enter. The only real criteria will be that you've subscribed to the channel. That's it. Other than that, anybody can enter, and we're really hoping
what the competition is.
Pardon?
We're going to tell them what the competition is.
Oh yeah, the competition.
Just to give them a chance.
A hint's nice.
A clue. So, because apparently we have to give people a clue about how to win. On our thing,
all you got to do is impress us.
Yeah, all you got to do is impress us. But so in the video link to in the link of this video description, there is a link to our Thingiverse. You can find there the mini badger, and the mini.
Make sure Matt's not allowed to enter.
Well, he's never going to finish his badger anyway.
But we will be judging it. You swapped the last one. Did he? Oh,
Matt. So now it all comes to light.
What did he swap it for? Grass him in, Louise. What did he swap it for?
Come on, Louise. You're not sat next to him. You're at your own home. Tell us.
Exactly. You can speak freely here, Louise. Don't feel confined by him. Louise will grass him in a minute. We'll wait for that. Yeah. But yeah. So you'll find the mini badger in the link in the video description to our Thingiverse. You can print that as big as small. The Prusa Mini. Oh, he swapped the Prusa Mini.
You know, he swapped the Focus that he won on Loyal Moses's Twitch stream.
Right.
And he
got the Prusa Mini instead.
Yeah.
I see. Must be nice. Shocking, Matthew. So I will tell Focus that, and they won't let Matt win.
So another printer Matt to take to bed with him.
Yeah, exactly.
So all you've got to do is print out one of the mini badgers. You can paint it if you like. You can not paint it.
You can do it big. You can do it small. Maybe the tiniest mini badger.
Which Nigel from George's Gaming Guide has already won. Or was it him or was it Matt? No, it was Matt, I think.
Matt did one his in pieces, didn't he? Matt had to print his in like he had to slice it up in one of his many copies of
No, Matt did one that was about 5 mil long.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I'm sure he did. It was either him or Nigel from George's Gaming Guide. One of them two did it.
don't think it was Matt.
I don't think
I've printed it. I printed it a couple of months ago, and it comes out really nice. I did it in gold.
Yeah, the guy who modelled it is Siphon 66. He's got a Patreon, and he did a really, really nice job. Matt German can only win if he completes the big one. Well, we will have to finish it. He can't just give us a bunch of parts.
Yeah, yes, he did. Matt did print a little one. Matt did
it's not
print
going to be impressive if it's just like the leg of a badger. That's not
Matt did print a little one. He did it in resin. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't recall that, but yeah. Matt
has a tiny one. It fits nicely in a benchy. I'm glad you
maybe
put
if you did a big benchy with a big honey badger in it, maybe we'd find that impressive. Maybe if you find some way to modify the STL and modify a mini Joel and make them engage in some sort of gladiatorial combat, maybe that would impress us. I don't really know.
A hybrid badger.
A hybrid badger.
You know, you can work with it. You can do what you like with a badger, but the best one will win the Fucos.
The best one will win the Fucos.
What we'll do is
the runners up. We'll get some stickers or some T-shirts, things like that. We'll start gathering the secondary prizes as well. We've normally got some codes that Gambody can give out for sort of discounts and things like that. So we'll get on those guys and see if we can get some of them to support as well. It's huge that we've gotten to this point on the channel. It's gotten to the point where real companies like 3DTalk, like Fucos and like Artillery are willing to support the channel. And
they just call us up and go, well, what's up?
They don't do that. That would not be true. But they do email us on occasion.
And they do great though, you support
it. I'm just saying, like no one's ever called me up and just gone, how are you doing? That's never happened. No, you've never asked me how I'm doing.
No, I always phone you up and go, you all right? Same thing. Shortened version.
Not the same. Anyway, so have a look at the video description. Go and download the mini badger. And what we'll do is upload them so we'll post our email address in the video description as well, and you guys can email over a picture of your badger. We'll say that the competition will run for 2 weeks, so that if anybody wants to do big badgers, they can.
So just for an example, there's a painted badger.
Hold on, let's make you big. There we go. That's painted badger.
Yeah. The only bit of advice I would give people doing it is tree supports with a density of 0.
Yeah.
At the back for the small. Let me know when it's all posted. I'll get it.
Take them off.
Yeah. But it's a really, really good file to print.
With that, guys and dolls, thank you very much for joining us. I say you can't actually buy this at the moment, so the link isn't in the video description for this, but the link is in the video description for the honey badger, so you can go and check that out. We'll do a more in-depth review of this as well. We'll print off some minis and things like that, and we'll see how it does. To be honest with you, this is printing as nicely as any other resin printer I have had. Did you print it standing or lying down?
Standing, Kieran.
Standing up.
Printed it standing. Yeah. I think it's only laying down on Thingiverse because I don't know how to flip around the preview image.
Yeah, I think if you laid it down, I think you might have the spool about to break a bit more.
You'd lose a lot of detail.
Yeah. So thank you very much for joining, guys and dolls. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.